Ma'am, இப்ப லாஸ்ட்ல உங்களுக்கு அனுப்புனது direct link. They don't need registration.
Yeah, that's the one which I have shared to everyone, ma'am. The last link which you have shared to me.
We have not launched. Okay. So okay, I'm starting, and then are you ready to start?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so you can start. Herbert is not there, just a second.
Ma'am, I'll start.
Yes, ma'am. Just a second. I'm launching,
Hmm.
and yes, we are live. You can start.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of St. Peter's Institute of Higher Education and Research, Chennai, and Globethic South Asia, it gives me immense pleasure to extend a very warm welcome to the 6-day International Online Faculty Development Program on Ethics in Higher Education. We are deeply honored by the gracious presence of our esteemed leaders, Dr. N. Malmurugan, Vice Chancellor Spiger. I welcome you, sir. Dr. L. Magesh Kumar, Registrar Spiger. I welcome you, sir. Major Dr. M. Venkat Ramanan, Dean, Faculty of Arts, Science, Commerce Management and Human Studies. I welcome you. And Mr. Herbert Makinda, Regional Manager, Globethics, Eastern Africa Center, Nairobi, Africa. I extend a warm welcome to you all. I also take this moment to warmly welcome all the heads of the various departments of Spiger who have joined us today. A very special word of welcome to our distinguished participants who have joined us from different regions of India and from across the globe. We are privileged to have with us principals, heads of departments, senior professors and academicians representing diverse institutions. Your participation reflects the importance of the theme we are addressing, the role of ethics in shaping the future of higher education. With such an august gathering, I'm confident that this FDP will provide a meaningful platform for interaction, learning, and collaboration. Ethics is the backbone of quality education, and as educators, we hold the profound responsibility of installing values in future generations. This FTP is a step toward reinforcing our role in creating ethically sound institutions and individuals. Once again, I extend my heartfelt welcome to each and every one of you. Welcome you all. Now, we will move to our next session. So, it's now my honor to invite the esteemed Dr. N. Malmurugan, Honorable Vice Chancellor of St. Peter's Institute of Higher Education and Research, to deliver the presidential address. Sir, we are privileged to have your leadership guiding this academic journey. Over to you, sir.
Very good evening. Distinguished guests of this afternoon. Mr. Herbert Mahinda, Regional Manager, Globethics, Eastern Africa Center, Nairobi, Africa. Dr. Ismaili Bose, Head of the Department of Management, Spiger, and other distinguished guests in this program. Once again, warm, pleasant good morning to one and all. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
I'm getting some irritating right disturbance. So I'm at the outset, I'm very happy to be part of this 6-day international FDP organized by our Department of Mathematics on ethics in higher education. As we know, ethics is continues to be right in cultivating ethical values, upholding professional standards, and ensuring transparency in all aspects of higher education institutions. But now in 2025 and beyond this 2025, the key themes have slightly changed, which includes combating some unethical practices like favoritism and plagiarism, addressing ethical challenges from artificial intelligence. So now we face this big problem, such as data privacy and bias, navigating the complexities of digital and online learning environments. So we have our own issues, right, in promoting academic integrity and fostering responsible citizenship and institutional integrity through strong governance and ethical frameworks. Now, right, we are facing big issues in research. We are facing, right, the problem of, right, dishonesty, cheating, and data fabrication. So we should be very, right, aware that how to, right, overcome all these issues and how to, right, be ready to face the problems which may come because of the technology changes. So we may think it is technological, but I'm not telling that AI is only technological. AI is now completely institutional. AI is now, right, part of ethical, and AI is part of in all the process. So we should have, right, fairness, transparency, data privacy, and minimize the bias to align with, right, human values. Thanks to, right, UGC introduced, right, through their importance of educating people in universal human values, UHV. Now it is compulsory mandatory for all the teachers in higher education institutions. But it is not sufficient. So we may have UHV, we may have policies, we may know about all threats, but we should know how to overcome this one by the way of practicing in our policies. So we have to, right, bring down all the policies with all these ethical practices. This is more important. Not only, right, bringing policies, but we should know how to implement these policies in the institutions. It's very difficult now because both, right, teaching fraternity and the students, they have, right, all these things in the documents. But how far we are, right, good in, right, practicing all this is a big question. Because that shows, right, our academic integrity, that shows our institutional integrity, that shows our technology integrity. So all these things, right, now plays major role in bringing down, right, how we are good in implementing all these practices in the areas of institutional governance, area of conducting research, in the area of managing faculty conflicts of interest, in the area of, right, partial hiring practices. Not only talking about only the hiring of teachers, but also, right, how we are doing good admissions also. So in all the process, this is placing major role. And also, right, if you look at, right, the broad ethical issues that involves, right, addressing inequalities in access and promoting diversity and inclusivity. These two are more important, right, if you look at any institutions of higher education arena. So how we are going to promote diversity, how we are going to remove all the issues in diversity, or all the ethical issues coming out of diversity, all the ethical issues coming out of inclusivity. So this is also, right, more important. So we have to go for, right, completely, right, value-based education. Anyway, it is part of that. We have some courses on human values, some courses on professional ethics in the curriculum. But what is my, right, they should become constitution of the administrative process courseworks. They should be, right, part of our administrative practices. So then only we can go for making responsible leadership, leaders from the people and making leadership in the institution. because ethical leadership is very crucial for fostering a strong ethical climate, because it involves responsible decision making and accountability for the consequence of actions. It's more important. So we have to go for a holistic approach in the campus, in all the areas, in classroom management, in research, in normal course of administrative process. Everywhere we have to find how to include ethics, professional ethics. So this is a big challenge in the future, because we are going to have more technological advancements everywhere. Now we are now doing hybrid mode of taking classes. Sometimes we are doing online education also. So where we have more issues are coming. So we know how to manage the ethical issues in online mode, in distance mode. These are now part of our system. We cannot say everything is only in the classroom. So classroom may be very minimal in the future. We may go for complete AI based classrooms will come, or we may go for AR VR based classrooms may come. So in those areas, how we are going to manage? Because even students may question the teachers, in what way they are capable of handling classes when AI is in the place. So teachers will be very careful, in managing the students in the near future, and they should know, how far they are better, whether they are going to become mentor or mere monitor. It's a big question now. It's a big challenge now. So the people, who are on the leadership side, people who are on the higher education side, should think of all these big issues which are going to come, because we cannot simply blame the technology. Technology is going to part of our life hereafter. So we should know how to bring down once again, the higher education into ethical higher education, or it is a education with more ethics, or how to manage challenges coming for ethics, because of all these challenges in the near future. I'm talking only now, because in 2030, before 2040, we may go for more big challenges will come in the education side with respect to ethics. So this forum, this 6 days workshop, I think may address all these issues, and all the leaders and even all the participants may think of various solutions. They may think of various new methodologies to combat this kind of issues. And this program, I think, may give a path, may give a way for the people to go for thinking and taking the challenges the right way. And I appreciate the efforts taken by the in organizing this event. Even later, after this, they can go for some advanced topics also, like what is the threat, or not threat actually, what is the issues will come when we go for technology based education in the future. So we are talking now only conventional classrooms, but future is not like that. This will be technological based classrooms. So how to handle ethical issues in those areas. So I request the management department to take those topics also in the future, in organizing further the international FDPs. And I'm very happy that we have international partners in this workshop, and we have international participations also. So I'm very happy that I'm not only happy, I'm appreciate the efforts taken by the management department in particular, and Dr. Smaili Bose for this wonderful program. I wish very all the best for the function, and I wish very all the best for the participants to get better takeaway from this 6 days international FDP on ethics in higher education. I wish very all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir, for your insightful and inspiring words. We will take your words, sir. Definitely, it is useful for the academician how to be an ethical academician in teaching as well as in research. Thank you so much for your insightful and inspiring words. Your vision truly motivates us to move forward with purpose. Now it's time to understand the foundation and framework of this program. I'm pleased to invite Professor Rajula V, South Asia Regional Manager, Globe Ethics, Bangalore, to speak about the FDP and shed light on the objectives and structure of the 6-day event. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Smaili. Respected Dr. Malmurugan, the Vice Chancellor, St. Peter's Institute of Higher Education and Research, Chennai. My colleague Herbert Maginda, Regional Manager, Eastern Africa region, and the other dignitaries on the online panel. Dear participants, it's my honor to join you today for the 6-day International Online Faculty Development Program on Ethics in Higher Education, organized by St. Peter's Institute of Higher Education and Research in collaboration with the Globe Ethics South Asia. At the very heart of this FDP lies a fundamental question: how can higher education institutions not only transmit knowledge, but also embody values that build a just, responsible, and sustainable society? Globethics, as many of you may be aware, is a global network working across more than 120 countries with a mission of embedding ethics in higher education. We believe that universities and colleges are not just centers of academic excellence, but also incubators of moral responsibility, social trust, and leadership integrity. This FDP is one small yet significant step in that larger journey. Over the course of 6 days, we will reflect on key dimensions of ethics that directly touch our academic and professional lives, ranging from the foundations of ethics in higher education, the pressing issues such as academic integrity and plagiarism, digital ethics and technology, ethics in research and innovation, governance and policy, and finally, ethical leadership in academia. Each session is designed not only to share knowledge, but also to inspire practical actions within our own institutions. The purpose of this FDP is threefold. The first one, awareness, to make us conscious of the ethical challenges and responsibilities in higher education today. Number two, capacity building, to equip faculty members, administrators, and researchers with frameworks, tools, and approaches that help integrate ethics into teaching, research, and institutional culture. And number three, collaboration. This is a collaborative effort between St. Peter's and Globe Ethics, and it's very strong, and it's a beginning, and it will continue. And this collaboration to create a community of educators and thought leaders who will champion ethical practices across institutions, thereby multiplying the impact far beyond this FDP. For Global Ethics, this partnership with the St. Peter's represents our shared conviction that ethics is not an optional add-on, but a core foundation of quality higher education. Together, we are fostering a movement where ethics is institutionalized, woven into curricula, governance, and daily academic practices. As participants, I encourage you to engage fully with the discussions, ask questions, challenge perspectives, and take away ideas that you can adopt in your own context. The true success of this FTP will not be measured only by what we learn, but by what we apply and sustain in the months and years to come. In closing, let me say that higher education has the power to shape not just careers, but character. And by strengthening ethics in higher education, we are in fact contributing to the transformation of society itself. Thank you, and I look forward to our meaningful exchanges throughout this FTP. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Rajula, for articulating the need and relevance of ethics in higher education and the vision behind the faculty development program on ethics in higher education. So moving forward, we have the pleasure of hearing from distinguished dignitaries who will share their thoughts and felicitate this initiative. First, I invite Mr. Herbert Makinda, a regional manager, Globe Ethics, Eastern Africa Center, Nairobi, Africa, to offer his felicitation address. Over to you, Mr. Herbert.
We can't hear you, Herbert.
Sir, kindly unmute yourself.
Now?
Yes, fine.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
thank you. Thank you. Sorry for that. Thank you very much, Dr. Smiley, for the wonderful introduction. Dr. Mal Murugan, the Vice Chancellor, St. Peter's Institute of Higher Education, my colleague, Rajula, Regional Manager, Global Ethics South Asia Center, distinguished speakers, respected dignitaries here present, esteemed faculty members, and dear participants. It is an honor for me and great joy to join you today for the inauguration of the International Faculty Development Program on Ethics in Higher Education, organized by the St. Peter's Institute of Higher Education and Research in collaboration with Global Ethics South Asia Center. At the onset, I bring you warm greetings from Nairobi, Kenya, and from the wider Global Ethics family whose headquarters is in Geneva, Switzerland. I would also like to sincerely thank my colleague Rajula for the kind invitation to give this felicitation address at such an important event on behalf of Global Ethics. It is a privilege to be associated with this initiative that is both timely and necessary. I wish to congratulate the organizers for their foresight in convening this program. Higher education is not only about teaching, generating new knowledge, and community service, but also about cultivating responsibility, fairness, and integrity. As institutions face the pressures of globalization, technology, and competition, and many other challenges the Vice Chancellor alluded to, the need for strong ethical foundations has never been greater. This six-day faculty development program is both visionary and relevant. The themes, foundations of ethics, academic integrity, leadership, research ethics, digital responsibility, and institutional governance touch upon the very core of academic life. They remind us that ethics is not an abstract concept, but a living practice reflected in how we teach, how we lead, and how we innovate. I am also encouraged to note that this faculty development program draws on the wisdom and expertise of distinguished speakers from within India and beyond. Their insights will certainly provide participants with inspiration and practical guidance for strengthening ethics in their own institutions. It is also important to remember that ethics in higher education goes beyond preventing misconduct. It is also about creating the culture of trust, responsibility, respect, and integrity, as my colleague already alluded to. When teachers and leaders embody integrity, they inspire students to do the same. In this way, ethics becomes the unseen but powerful force that sustains excellence and credibility in education. I commend St. Peter's Institute of Higher Education and Research for taking this forward-looking step, and I deeply appreciate the partnership with Global Ethics South Asia Center. This collaboration reflects a shared mission to strengthen values-based education and prepare higher education institutions to meet today's challenges with wisdom and conscience. To all our dear participants, your commitment to join this program is itself a sign of leadership. May these 6 days broaden your perspectives, deepen your reflection, and equip you with the practical tools to make a difference in your institutions and beyond. As we continue engaging during these coming days, let us remember that knowledge without values is incomplete. As the saying goes, education is not the filling of a vessel, but the lighting of a flame. May ethics be that flame that guides our teaching, research, community service, and above all, good governance. With these remarks, I therefore extend my heartfelt felicitation to all involved and wish the program a great success. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Mr. Makinda, for your kind words and global perspective. And thank you for your felicitation and wishes towards our faculty development program on ethics and higher education. Now, I welcome Major Dr. M. Venkatramanan, Dean, Faculty of Arts, Science, Commerce, Management, and Humanities, SPIHER, to deliver the felicitation address. Over to you, sir.
Sir, you're not audible.
Sir, you're not audible. Sir, kindly unmute, sir.
No, sir, not audible. Your voice is not hearable, sir.
To the mic, you have to unmute and talk, sir. Otherwise, increase the volume.
Sir, you're not audible, sir.
The problem may be the mic, sir.
I think if he removes that microphone, he'll be able to talk. Sometimes the problem is with that set.
Yes, sir, you can remove your microphone. Yeah, you can detach it from the mobile and you can try, sir.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir, please.
Good evening to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to be a part of this 6-day international faculty development program organized by the Department of Management of St. Peter's Institute of Higher Education and Research, and jointly in collaboration with Globe Ethics, South Asia, on the topic ethics in higher education. At SPIHER, we have always been believed in education that goes beyond academics, education that builds character, fosters responsibility, and encourages ethical decision making. In today's complex world, academic excellence without ethics or ethical background is incomplete. That is why this program is not only timely, but deeply significant. I should congratulate Dr. Smiley Bose, Professor and Head, Department of Management, and her team for this initiative in organizing the meaningful program. My heartfelt thanks goes to also Professor Rajula V, South Asian Regional Manager of Globe Ethics, for partnering with us and enriching the platform with global perspectives. As you know, ethics is in higher education is not just about curriculum designing or institutional policy. It's about cultivating a culture where honesty, respect, integrity, and accountability are lived values, not just thought ones. Lived values are not the thought ones. As educators, we carry the responsibility of shaping minds and hearts. And this FDP program is an opportunity for us all to reflect, learn, and strengthen that responsibility. I wholeheartedly felicitate the organizers, the speakers, and all the participating faculties from both in India and abroad, and also from various other institutions. Let this program serve as a catalyst for more ethical practices in our classrooms, our institutions, and our communities. In fact, we have excellent speakers in all the 6 days of the faculty development program, and I am sure that all these experts will share their inputs, which will be really beneficial to all the participants who are in this international conference. I wish this program a great success and encourage all participants to take full advantage of the sessions ahead. Thank you. God bless you all. Jai Hind.
Ma'am, you're mute.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for your support and encouragement in planning this faculty development program. Thank you, sir, for your kind words. Now we have come to the end of this inaugural session. Thank you all for your presence and enthusiastic participation. The inaugural session marks just the beginning of a meaningful and transformative 6-day journey. We request all participants to stay engaged, interact, and make the most of every session lined up ahead. So I would like to tell all the functionaries of SPIHER as well as from the Globe Ethics. So I need to convey that totally we have received 146 participants from different regions of our nation, and as well as we have participants at international level from Afghanistan, Nigeria, and Republic of Congo. So we are very happy and privileged to have you all on board on this 6-day International Faculty Development Program. I request you all to make this each and every day session useful and fruitful. So we now look ahead to the learning journey that begins today. It's my privilege to introduce the resource person for day 1, Dr. D. John Methuselah. He's an FDP course curator and former visiting faculty, Adikavi Nannaya University, Rajmundry. Dr. D. John Methuselah is an educationist with over 2 decades of experience in academia, corporate training, and consultancy, specializing in English, communication, and soft skills. He is currently the FDP course curator and former visiting faculty of ANU Rajmundry. Earlier, he has held significant academic and leadership positions, including head training and placements at Amit University, Chennai, faculty at ICFA University, and management learning and development at Axis Bank, Bangalore. His expertise spans curriculum design, skill development, and fostering industry academia collaboration. Dr. Methuselah has delivered numerous guest lectures, keynote addresses, and workshops at national and international forums, and is a renowned speaker on ethics in higher education, actively contributing to global discussion on values, integrity, and leadership in academia. With this brief introduction, it is my privilege to warmly welcome Dr. D. John Methuselah and invite him to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
He got disconnected. I'll just call it.
Methuselah, sir.
He was here. He got disconnected when you were introducing. I'm just
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Rajula, ma'am, he has joined.
No, he's joining now.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Madam, I'm so sorry. There's a network problem here.
It's okay, sir.
Yeah, I just went out and came in because of the network.
Nice to have you, sir. Welcome, sir.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah.
So you can take over the
you.
session,
Nice
sir,
to
please.
have you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone who have participated in this program, and particularly uh, uh, the organizers of the program, Global Ethics, who have come out with this great initiative, and all the good things and the kind words that you had for me. I'm so grateful to all of you for this. And I'm so glad that today we are talking about a very, very crucial thing, crucial to education, crucial to our life, crucial to the future of the society at large. We are meeting here at a time when the world is at strife. I mean, there are different parts of the world which are warring with each other. Now we know the conflict of Israel. Now I think the war has spread to 7 or 8 countries and Israel. And then on the other front, we have Russia and Ukraine on the war front. And we have other countries like Nepal. We have seen yesterday or day before yesterday, I think, what happened in Nepal. Nepal, the arson that broke out in Nepal, and how the elected government was toppled, the ministers were thrown out into the river and then followed, beaten black and blue. So, what happens to all that? On the other front, we have seen in countries like Sri Lanka, something happened very, very serious. Uh, it happened, but then they came back to normalcy. Nepal also, we have seen that they are coming back to normalcy right now with their new elected president. It's not elected, but then somebody has been nominated there and has become the president. So on the other front, we find, there is a lot of tariff war going on between the US, India, China, and the other countries also. Now, US, I don't think it's with war with ammunition, but now new ammunition is taxed. So a lot of things happening, and then while some are sitting on the fences, some are having their own defenses. The ones who defend are the people who can afford to defend themselves. The one who is sitting on a fence is trying to be good to both the parties. And in this context, it is important to understand that one great gentleman once said, war starts with educated people and not with uneducated people. Because people are educated, they know how to do the war. Because somebody was educated too well, he could make a bomb. And without that, no, without education, they would have not known the geography. They would have not known the politics. They would have not known the boundaries of different countries. They would have not known how to negotiate. All this has been learned. And this learned knowledge, which we are now disseminating in the university in the name of explicit knowledge. I mean, once upon a time, it must have been tacit knowledge, but now it has become explicit knowledge. And this explicit knowledge, we are grading it into different degrees, the bachelor's degree, the postgraduate degree, and then some are doing the master, the doctorates also, postdoctorals going on and on and on. One thing, so I'm not talking negatively, but then as a caution, I'm trying to speak these words today, and that is, we have not still found the foundations of education. I mean, they were there once upon a time. We have built a lot of buildings on that great foundation. And because of all those buildings, now the foundations are not to be seen. We have come up so well in the society. We have grown too much and too tall and too high that we are unable to see the foundations that our society, our education has been built on. So when we don't know the foundations, which are the fundamentals of education, then where are we going? I think it's a time to retreat, go back, and find out our roots. In the world, we find out people going back to their roots. Everybody is going back to their roots. Individually, people are going back to their roots. As a community, as a country, people are going back to their roots. But as a teaching community, as the only institute in this world that can change the world and transform the world, the Institute of Education, I think it's time for us to go back and see our fundamentals, to check how the fundamentals are there. Where are our foundations? Have they got weakened? Or have they been neglected? What are we built upon and what have we become of as of now? So these are the questions that must haunt us, that are haunting us. And there is this one organization, uh, Globe Ethics, which is championing ethics in higher education. And now we have St. Peter's College, which has come together with Globe Ethics and contributing to this session and to the faculty whoever have joined. I think we are collaborating together in this movement. I would use this word, in this movement of finding out where ethics have gone by. We are trying to research and find out, go back, make an introspection, and then understand whether we are still on the foundations of uh, ethics or not, because ethics is the rock on which education stands. No ethics, it's not education, it is only literacy. So we find a lot of literate people these days because their education or whatever they call their degrees, they are not founded on solid ethics. People are literates. There are PhD literates, there are undergraduate literates, there are graduate literates, there are some post PhD, I mean post research literates also. They come up with papers, they come up with journals, they come up with books, they come up with very colorful arguments which don't contribute anything to the society on the ethical front. Neither do they bring out the ethical uh, foundations and discuss the ethical dilemmas that are there in education, because there are a lot of ethical dilemmas in education itself. And if we can deal with those education dilemmas, then we can, I think, deal with whatever are the problems that are there in education. Just now, I was talking to a group of young people. I told them, see, once upon a time, we were talking about honesty and integrity. But are we now talking about honesty and integrity in how many words? Or we have so many days, I mean, 7 days in a week. We have 52 such weeks. And how many times, I mean, 365 days, in 365 days, how many times as an institution have we ever talked about ethics of education? Or are we so busy, or have we become so busy that we have nothing to do with ethics, or not able to discuss anything on ethics? So, if this is the context, because I wanted to put before you this context before I actually go into the details of the program that we are all uh, sitting or assembled together for. So, if this is the scenario, then where are we? What are we doing? So, with these questions, I would like to start, but before that, I would like the response of the participants for these questions of mine, because I just want to know whether we are all ready for this or not. So I'll give you 5 minutes time, or you may take even 10 minutes also, if possible, because your participation is very important to me. So can you please, somebody comment on or try to answer the questions that I have asked? I mean, you can give them as comment, you can add something to this, or you can actually question whatever I am saying. So this is the time for you. Can you please? It's time for you. I request the organizers to reiterate this question so that we will have more participation from everyone.
Sure. You can repeat the question once again so that it's clear to all of them.
No, I have asked whether uh, we are discussing honesty and integrity. Forget about ethics. This is a very big word. Honesty and integrity. Are we talking about these two things in 365 days? If we are talking, then how many days are we talking? Are we bothered about that or not? That is one. And the other thing is, what do you think is, I mean, ethics is important or not for education? Let's say two questions. Okay.
Participants, please post the information in the chat box. One person is asking, what is the question, please?
Okay.
Ethics in research is something is very important, 70%.
See,
It's
we are discussing foundations of ethics in higher education. So let me once again come to this. So I started with saying we have grown too much. We have built too much on the foundations that now we don't see the foundations that are underneath what have been built, because the foundations were built for something else and the top structure has become something else. So I have asked one question. In 365 days that we have, how many days are we discussing ethics in higher education? Or how many days are we talking about honesty and integrity in education, research, whatever?
one person has put, when we expect a student to study before attempting to write an exam, it is ethics. Then another person, I think that education is in itself an initiation to being honest and doing things with the integrity. Next answer, every day. Next answer, ethics has high value education. Next answer, yes, bother it, but in some cases it's okay. Another person maybe 100 days, but
Okay.
not 365 days.
Okay. So at least 100 days it's a good number. It's a very good number. So one thing I'm happy is that the responses are good. But then I think when it comes to ethics, uh, is there something that we can see like ethics? Like if I say this is a pen, I can show you a pen. If I say something is water, I can show a bottle of water and say this is a bottle of water. But when I say ethics, can I show it like an object? I want a response from everyone. Can I objectify ethics?
One person has put ethics is important in terms of publishing articles because it had a novelty. Then it is very much important in higher education as it will have good impact on everything.
Okay.
It's
So
qualitative and quantitative. We can't objectify. We can show it by living examples. Not, sir, it's not possible. These are some of the replies.
so there is one good thing now. Uh, be, before this no sir, there was some comment. Can you please read that again?
We can show it by living examples.
No. So that's the point. We can show it by living examples. Living examples. So ethics for E for ethics, E for examples. Okay. So what are the examples that we have? What are the examples that we have when we talk about ethics? How many exemplary things have been happening in the educational institutions? And do they actually reflect the foundations, the rock, the bedrock of uh, uh, the education? That is the ethics. Does it actually reflect in that? It doesn't. It doesn't, because day in and day out we talk about ethics, but then when it comes to practice, we are nowhere, because we are in a context where you actually can't do anything with that. You feel that you can't do anything with that. But one example I would like to give you, the lotus flower. The lotus flower, it comes out as beautiful flower without even a mark on that, a dirt on that. It comes out of all kinds of dirt that is there around. So ethics is like that, how we come out from all those things, and can we make it uh, realizable realizable by the students. If we at this stage, at this 21st century, and at this point of time when the world is at war, all kinds of war, tax wars, or all kinds of wars with bombs and all that, when there is a lot of bloodshed, when people are crying, when small children are waiting for somebody to feed them, when their father and mother are dead and they are the only ones there waiting for somebody to feed them, not knowing who to call dad or mom, there are such children waiting for food. And then what is that education is doing now? If we don't have a solution for those people, then why is there education at all? Why is there a pursuit of knowledge? What is truth then? What is human development then? Then what are we looking at? See, globally, organizations like UNESCO, they have emphasized that higher education is a public good that must be safeguarded through strong ethical norms. And if you see in India, you on academic integrity, the framework that the NAC accreditation, quality assurance. So now we are talking about quality, and then what kind of assurance are we? Then we have to look at the philosophical foundations of ethics. Where do we get them from? I'll give you a small example. India is a land of, many sages and a lot of ethics, but there are, if I have to, put them into different headings, then there are five kinds. One is virtue ethics. Let us go back to the Greek Aristotle. He says education as a cultivation of moral character and intellectual virtues. So this was actually quoted by Christiansen in 2015. So virtue ethics are them. Let us understand this.
Dr. Methuselah, we can't hear you.
Education as cultivation of character, and the other one is intellectual, both. So they must be cultivated. I think that's there now.
Dr. Methuselah, we can't hear you. Dr. John, we can't hear.
Dr. John Methuselah.
Hello.
Yes, sir. We couldn't
Hello. Can you
hear
hear me
you
now?
clearly.
Yeah.
We couldn't hear you clearly. Hope you have network glitch in your side.
Yes, I have. Am I audible now?
Yeah,
now
now you're audible, but in between there is no cracking in your audio. It's not that clear.
Okay. What I will do is I will switch off my camera so that.
Okay.
we can't hear you, Methuselah, still.
hold the network. Hello?
Yes, you're breaking.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Can
we
you hear me
can.
now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Now can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm switching off my camera so that there will be network. So what I'm about to say is, see, this we are now talking about the virtue ethics. Virtue ethics are the philosophical foundations of ethics. What are virtue ethics? Virtue ethics is we are trying to create virtue or character in the student. That is virtue ethics. Then deontological ethics. Deontological ethics means duties of fairness, honesty, and respect within academia. So fairness in research, honesty in research, then if everything is fair, then respect is automatically commanded. So duties of fairness, honesty, and respect, they come under deontological ethics. This was propounded by Kant, Immanuel Kant. And utilitarianism. Utilitarianism is maximizing social good through knowledge, production, and dissemination. This is utilitarianism. This is another foundation of ethics, philosophical foundation of ethics. Then, care ethics. In 1982, Gilligan came up with this care ethics. He said, emphasis on empathy, rational responsibility, and mentorship. These are needed for good education or ethics in education. And then final one, capability approach. The ethical higher education expands real freedoms and opportunities, particularly for the marginalized groups. So capacitating people on that, capacitating people on that, building their capability is, this is how we bring in ethics in education. So all these can be realized. One is virtue ethics. When I say virtue ethics, are we, as an institution, as an educational institution, building virtue in the student is number one. Number two, as an academia, are we actually building this fairness, honesty, and respect? Third one, are we maximizing social good through knowledge production and dissemination of knowledge? Or are we hiding utilitarianism? When you know something, you share it with somebody. So education is all about that. That makes it ethical. If you're trying to hide your education or protect your own education and you don't want to share anything that you have known to others, that is not ethical. Then comes the care ethics. When we talk about this, we are emphasizing on empathy, relational responsibility, and mentorship. So we care for the society. That's the reason why we show empathy. That's the reason why we build relationship with people, feel responsible for them, and mentor them. Is the university doing this now? Now, capability approach. Ethical higher education expands real freedoms and opportunities. Yes. So are we capacitating? We will give placements to students. So if, let us say, if 10,000 students are graduating out of a college or a university, how much percentage of them are actually placed? If they are not, they are, then what about their future? Now, I have been into placements for a very long time, almost 15 years I've been into placements. I have seen placements right from maritime placements to ordinary placements. So in my, in my pursuit for placements, I have seen companies asking for students who are deployable. If we are not making the students deployable, then what kind of a capability are we building in the students? Number one, if we are not making the students capable of asking a proper question with the society in mind, then what kind of education is actually being imparted? If we are making students like robots who just take the degree, go to some place, start working, and then they don't bother about the system. And what are the global ethical norms that are there? UNESCO in 1997 and 2018, it focused more on academic freedom in governance. Three things: academic governance. Now, OECD guidelines, they talked about accountability in research and higher education governance. So anywhere we find integrity and accountability in research. What's the difference between honesty and integrity? Honesty is being true to others, integrity is being true to ourselves. When we are true to ourselves, then I think there will be this accountability. Accountability is possible. When accountability is possible, then I think ethics is possible wherever. That's the reason why world university ranking indicators, they are on different parameters and never on ethics. So this ethics factor of ranking must happen. How many universities, Oxford, Cambridge, wherever they are, how many universities are ranked based on the ethics? I mean, the number of inventions or discoveries they make, the patents they do, and maybe the placements they give. But how many universities and colleges are ranked based on the ethics they follow? And when we come to Indian context, so UGC was talking about anti-plagiarism and the regulations for that very seriously in 2019. Till 2019, it was not talking about these things seriously. Why? Because internationally we had a backlash, and so then we started talking about this anti-plagiarism regulations. Of course, before that also we had, but not so seriously followed. The NAC framework, it was talking about integrity, inclusivity, transparency, and accountability. And let me tell you, recently in Andhra Pradesh, there was one private university called KL University, which actually tried to manipulate the rankings. It had been manipulating for a while, it seems. And then suddenly it was caught. The officials who went there, the NAC committee who went there, they were also caught red-handed. And then for 4 years or 5 years, the university was stopped from making any kind of admissions. That was the punishment given to the university. So, in what was the? How many people must have uh, got betrayed by these rankings? So this, if the educational institution resorts to such a thing, then why are we then what kind of foundations is that institution, that particular institution standing on? So we have a lot of visions and missions for every university. There's a lot of mission. Every university has it, but then in any vision or mission, where is ethics? Can we find ethics? Then if we can find ethics, then I think we can change the world, because ethics is the only religion that can be practiced by anyone in the world. World is torn in the name of religion. I think if ethics can become the religion, the world will be together. And education will no longer be called literacy, but education becomes education if it is on the foundations of proper ethics. The case studies in IITs and IIMs, they demonstrate adoption of research ethics codes, grievance redressal, and inclusive practices. What are the inclusive practices we have? Like I was talking about the world being torn racially.
Sir?
Being divided, asked in the name of language, in the name of we have all kinds of shout language, our country and all that. Yes. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Sir, in
Hello?
between you were not heard. Now it's okay. You can go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
So for how long have you not heard me?
Just in between a minute, that's all.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
So, so I was talking about the philosophical and moral foundations, then the institutional foundations, the professional and pedagogical foundations, the societal and global foundations, the legal and policy foundations that are needed for these ethics in higher education. So, if we have all these foundations, then we are founded on ethics. There are a lot of research gaps that are there. When we are doing research, you will definitely agree with me. Out of the 92 participants that are there, I suppose all the 90 will agree with me that all the research papers that we are writing are going nowhere. I mean, they are not producing anything. Are we producing anything out of that? Be it arts, be it engineering, be it, whatever. But are we producing something which is good for the society? I mean, which is useful to the society? Then, if you are not able to produce anything that is useful to the society, then why do that research at all? So, serious research. Why should we present so many papers? Now, because I find that how to do research is one area that we are lagging in. I think all the faculty and the institutions must focus on how this research must be done. Research as a course in PhD is okay, research methodology and all. But outside of the university, after coming back to the college, is this research actually going on? How many teachers or how many faculties can actually say that I can do this research properly? If that is there, then why are we talking about plagiarism? If our research is not useful to the society, then why are we not wasting paper, wasting a lot of money, wasting a lot of time? What are we training? Who are we training? So these are the questions that should be asked when it comes to research gap. So the conceptual framework of this talk would actually be around the philosophical and moral foundations, which we talked about. That means the virtues, the duties, the outcomes, the care, and the capacity building. Then the intellectual foundations, when we talk about this, we are talking about academic integrity, transparency, autonomy, accountability, and inclusivity. So, in a pluralistic society, inclusivity is one thing that we need. So, are our institutions inclusive? Is our research inclusive or not? Like when I say inclusivity, I'm talking about uh, I mean, the collaborative research. Can the maths department collaborate with the English language department or with sociology department and do a research? Or are these departments becoming watertight compartments and saying, oh, this is our department, this is our research? If there is no collaborative research, then what? I will tell you a very interesting thing. When Apple wanted, Apple company, the founder is Steve Jobs. So when he was talking, he said, see, we wanted Apple to be the best, to be the best. So you know what they did? We wanted to find out who we could collaborate with. And one thing I'll tell you, which is very, very motivating. You know, he could not have developed Apple without a calligrapher, without a painter who knows how to paint. You know, all the fine arts people, they were put into making this laptop. You will understand this because you have something called icons. Where did the icons come? Can an engineer think of an icon? No. It is the fine arts people who can think of icons. And it is the literature people who can think of what is the best we can put there as short form of English, so that it is easy and understandable to everybody who uses the laptop, because all the instructions that come to us on the laptop are in English and very easy to understand. Somebody who looks at that knows what to do next. So they don't need a tutor at all. So you will understand that the manufacture of Apple, and if Apple is standing on the top with all its best icons, best designs, and all that, it is not without the help of the fine arts people. So this is research, the top class research, you know. So this is what we have to pursue. The professional and pedagogical foundations, they come into this framework because we are talking about respect, we're talking about fairness, mentorship, unbiased assessment that is going on. Because when I talk of assessment, I should be talking of testing, evaluation, and assessment. Are we actually planning our testing, evaluation, and assessment with Bloom's taxonomy in mind? Have we studied the Bloom's taxonomy? If we have studied the Bloom's taxonomy, are we actually applying that Bloom taxonomy in making a test paper? So without knowing what to assess, why to assess, then why make a paper at all, a question paper at all? So these are the things that that need to be addressed to be more professional, and to see that the pedagogical foundations are on ethics. Then the societal and global foundations, we are talking about sustainability, equity, contribution to public good, and global cooperation. So we live in a society, and we have to contribute to the society. So when we are contributing to the society, we want the society to sustain. There's a lot of technology coming in, which is actually putting the world into imbalance. So with the technology, sometimes the world becomes unstable and unsustainable. The systems that are there, they become unsustainable. Even a family, I'm telling you, becomes unsustainable if everybody has their own mobile phones and sitting somewhere in the corner of rooms, even when dining. Dining table, people don't come together these days. Even if they come around the dining table, they watch the TV or their mobile phone. Everybody is in their own world. Then family also becomes unsustainable. The bonding of the family becomes unsustainable because of this technology. So if our education system is not educating our children properly, that they have to sit as a family and discuss and put these things apart. What are priorities in their laptop is not a priority, or mobile phone is not a priority. No, family is a priority. When we talk about this as ethics, then I think there will be sustainability in a family. If we can bring sustainability in a family, I think there will be sustainability in the society. Then the equity. As a society, we were talking about equality once upon a time, but now we are talking about equity. Each given the same, given proportionate opportunity to reach a particular goal is called equity. So are we giving them? Then the contribution to the public good, what are we doing? Like I told you, when we are doing some research, is it for a public good or our own good? Because I need to get, those rankings, NAC rankings. I'm doing my research. First author gets so many marks, second author gets so many marks, third author gets so many marks. So you pay this much and become the first author. You pay this much and become the second author. You don't have that much of money, then you can come as fourth or fifth author. So this is what is happening. So what kind of public good are we doing? Then global cooperation. Are we actually talking to the universities in the other parts of the world? And why are we talking? What kind of collaboration that we are looking at is very important, because we are trying to build ethical foundations. Then coming to the last one, the legal and policy foundations. Compliance with national and international codes, the accreditation standards, and the ethical governance policies. See, when we talk about ethical accreditation standards, now European standards are different, Indian standards are different. Why are they different? Why can't we all be on the same ground? What are the international codes to be followed? If international codes are to be followed, then how are we following those things? And ethical governance, when we are talking about what are the policies we have, do we have only governance policies or ethical governance policies? That is the question. So let's be very very practical about this. We should be philosophical and at the same time practical also. So the visual framework, if I look at one picture, and that picture is the 5-pillar temple, and the roof of the temple is ethical higher education, and the pillars are the 5 foundations which are told till now. So, resting on a base of global human values like truth, justice, freedom, dignity. So, based on those human values, I repeat once again, truth, justice, freedom, and dignity, there is a 5-pillar temple. The top of the roof of the temple is ethical higher education, and the pillars of the 5 foundations, the foundations are the philosophical and moral foundations, the institutional foundations, the professional and pedagogical foundations, the societal and global foundations, the legal and policy foundations. So I would like you to discuss these things, translating philosophy into practice. How do we do that? Then uh, how do we make uh, uh, how do we bring together the autonomy that has to be there in the university, and the accountability that has to be there in the university? And last of all, I would touch upon this: are we making the students think and think? If the students are not made to think, then I think there is no foundation of ethics in the university or a college or school or anywhere. Because the purpose of the university or a college is, or an educational institutions for that matter, is to make people think. But if we are trying to curtail their thought process, if we are not making them think, but making them learn something and then do something, become so mechanical, then there is no point in talking about ethics at all. They all become literates. They will be given a lot of degrees, but I don't find any kind of use in that. Therefore, I recommend develop enforceable codes of ethics across institutions. Integrate ethics into curriculum at undergraduate and postgraduate levels. I know you have business ethics, you have engineering ethics, you have medical ethics, but ethics as a subject, but we are talking about ethics as a subject, but I'm talking about ethics as a nature can we incorporate in doing anything? Like when a teacher is teaching a lesson, can ethics be incorporated into that? When an assignment is given, Are we thinking of the ethical part of that assignment? So these things come into the play. Then establish ethics committees and grievance mechanisms. Can we do that? I think there are some in place, but then are they actually doing that? Then ensure transparency in governance and decision making. So are we making it a participative decision making, or is it just a facade of participation that is there to make before we make a decision? Then promote inclusivity and support for vulnerable groups. There are many vulnerable groups in and around on the campus and around the campus also. So when we are part of that society, are we thinking of that? Is our university thinking of the community that is there around us? And what is the good that we are going to do with our students? Because our students are the army. You make an ethical army, and that will actually sustain not just themselves, but for generations. Then then embed sustainability and global cooperation into teaching and research. So when we go for sustainability and global cooperation into teaching and research, that comes only through collaborative research and through proper collaboration and through thinking process that goes on in the class. Then then the collaboration comes with freedom. I mean, freedom to think, as freedom to contribute, freedom to take the criticism, freedom to accept any kind of argument that is against whatever we believe. Can we do that? So if we can do that, the conclusion would be ethics can become the bedrock upon which higher education can stand. So without strong ethical foundations, universities will and or colleges or any educational institution will risk losing credibility. Are we ready for that? We will be losing credibility, we will be losing relevance and social legitimacy. Because there will come a time, I'm telling you, it's not far away, I'm telling you, because everything is AI now. Now people may think for a while whether should I go to a college, should I go to a university? Why not sit here and then start doing my own thing on a laptop? If I buy a laptop for 1 lakh rupees, I think the world is with me. I don't need to go to a university. So if that thought comes up, then I think universities are at risk. So then the society starts asking questions. So that questions the legitimacy of the university. So the proposed 5-pillar framework integrates philosophical depth, institutional practices, professional responsibility, societal obligations, and legal norms. So strengthening these foundations will help universities navigate the challenges of globalization, commercialization, and technological disruption, which we see now. So while many people say technology is bad, I would say technology will come. It is like the nature, the forces of nature. Like if there are clouds, it is going to rain. Only thing is how we are going to harvest the rain is important to make it sustainable. So harvesting rain. Otherwise, if you don't harvest the rain will just flow down and it can become a storm, and it can become a deluge, and then we are in trouble then. So can we harvest the technology that is coming? The forces of technology, can we harness and harvest them for the sustainability of the society is the question that we all need to think of. So I end my presentation here, and now for the questions. Thank you so much. St. Peter's College, all the administration, principal, director of St. Peter's College, and Ms. Rajula for giving me this opportunity from Globethics.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful speech on the foundation of ethics in higher education. So, dear participants, if you have any questions, you can put forth. Any questions from your end?
The Q&A, I don't find any question.
Yes, ma'am.
There is no question in the Q&A. The chat also, there is no question.
Yes, there's no question in chat box.
So thank you so much, Dr. Smiley Dinakaran, for wonderfully hosting
Yes.
this program. I think people are, rushing to their homes. So I think we should thank all the people who have joined. Wow, so somebody from Assam also have joined. It's great to see people joining from different parts of India and
Yes, sir.
internationally also. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the wonderful session.
Thank you.
Light on the basics of ethics in higher education. This is a good start for our 6-day international FTP. Hope the participants enjoyed your session. Thank you so much. Now I call upon Dr. Bhaskar, Professor, Department of Management Studies, St. Peter's Institute of Higher Education and Research, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening to everyone present here. So on behalf of our SPIHER and Globe Ethics South Asia, I am now proposing a vote of thanks for our program. First of all, I would like to convey my thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, who came here and spent his time, valuable time, and his presence to inaugurate our session. And I would like to convey my thanks to our Dean, Dr. Venkatramana sir, for being his presence and felicitate our program and addressing among our gatherings. And I would like to thank our Professor Rajula, South Asia Regional Manager, Globe Ethics, for giving an opportunity to associate with her and to interact with our FDP program participants and give an opportunity for our institution to conduct this program, 1 week FDP program. And I would like to thank our Dr. Mr. Herbert, Regional Manager, Globe Ethics, for his felicitation on behalf of Globe Ethics. And I also thanks our HOD madam for bringing our program on behalf of our institution, and it has become not our institution has because of this program. Our institution has become global exposure, not only in India. So global exposure because of Dr. Smiley, and thank you very much, madam, for bringing this program, and as well as our faculty members who also helped us to conduct this program and to coordinate each and every aspect. And our especially our one more coordinator, Dr. Kannan, and other faculty members. I would like to convey my thanks for them. And I also thanks my thanks to our participant also, especially from India. All over India, we have participants. Thank you very much for eagerly participating this program. And also, I would like to thank our international participants, especially from Nigeria, Republic of Congo, and Afghanistan, for being accept our invitation to participate, to make our program at international level and global level. Thank you very much to one and all for bringing this program and inaugurate the program, and as well as to we are just a beginning for the program, a small beginning for our program. It is not an end of the program. So we have to go a long way. Still 6 more days are there. So for this journey, I would like to expect the cooperation from the participants as well as from the our Globe Ethics teams and other members or faculty members. Thank you very much, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your vote of thanks. Once again, dear participant, thank you for making this day one a grand success. And I thank Globe Ethics for collaborating with us for this great venture. And I thank all the functionaries from Spiker, those who graced this occasion to make it a grand success. I thank all the heads of the department and other faculty members, those who joined and felicitated us. Thank you so much. The participants, please, your feedback links will be sent to your registered mail ID. Kindly complete your feedback link as soon as you receive it. Rajula ma'am, from your end, would you like to say anything, add anything to this?
I would like to thank the Vice Chancellor and the one who offered the vote of thanks, and you for really working behind the scene, mainly for getting the participant, disseminating the information. And you really showed a lot of interest on behalf of St. Peter's. So thank you so much for this collaboration. I also thank Herbert Makinda, my colleague. He readily agreed the invitation to be with us today, and even now he is there. He has stayed throughout.
Yes.
He's a very busy person, but yet
Thank you so much, Dr. Herbert. Thank you so much.
And see you all tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. So shall I close the event?